I'm just the kind of guy that whatever I do, I don't do it the same as everybody else.
What are we having here? We start with apps. What do we got?
These are the pork rind nachos.
Okay.
We've got some beautiful queso that we make with something called rattlesnake cheese. It's got tequila and habaneros in it.
Really?
And of course there's some chopped brisket on there as well.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, this is what makes it special. That's a pork rind. That's not a tortilla
That's
chip.
not a tortilla chip. That looks amazing, right? Come on, we get all this. Here's the problem. You know, I'm a travel guy, not necessarily a food guy. I still haven't learned how to take small bites. Every time I do a culinaries, it never fails.
You're gonna fit in well here.
I get excited. I'm like, look at it. I mean, come on, are you kidding me with this? Dude, that's killer.
It's cool, isn't it?
You know what? This brings me back. My dad used to eat pork rinds. Oh, by the bagful. This reminds me of my dad. This is unbelievable, right?
This is our cornbread. People really care about cornbread. If your cornbread's too sweet, my wife will fight you. I mean, people care about cornbread. They really do. This is a barbecue restaurant. Cornbread is a thing.
Right.
How can we do it with respect to the original, but make it a little bit different, make it our own?
I don't know how you would make something your own. I wonder if we have any good ideas how to make something your own. I just don't know.
But I think it's really cool that we get to serve something people are that passionate about. Every guest that comes in here is passionate about the barbecue. And so if they get mad at us because we did this to the cornbread instead of serving it in big chunks, I'm okay with that because they really care.
What do we got? Help me out.
Well, we have our ribs, which we buy quality family farm in Minnesota. We get all our pork from there, and we cook it with salt and pepper in the smoker. That's all we do to these ribs. They are great.
They just leave as is.
This is turkey. Beautiful turkey
Love
that we
turkey.
brine
Look at this.
and smoke it, again, with salt and pepper, and it gets a gochujang glaze on the turkey. Just a little spicy sweet on top of that. This is our brisket. Lee cooks the brisket every day. It's great quality beef. He cooks it with salt and pepper and oak wood, and that's it. He's a real Texas guy. We hired him from a 100-year-old barbecue restaurant in Texas. He cooks that every day. And this is pastrami, house-made, house-cured. This is actually a recipe out of one of my old books. Sides are important, too. People really care about the side.
I am one of those people. I agree.
So our beans, we got 3 different kinds of beans in there.
Okay.
And some pork and some Jack Daniels.
Okay. Well, sure.
It seems to show up a lot.
I see a theme emerging here. But all
This
right.
is coleslaw made with bacon and blue cheese. This is actually my fiance Sandy's recipe. So you're not allowed to not like it, Eric, no matter what.
Got it. Thanks for the warning. Appreciate
This
that.
is we call this Macafonian cheese. Macafoni because there's no pasta in there. It's we use hominy. It's a queso. It's that same queso sauce with
hominy?
Yep, with hominy in there instead of pasta. And we bring back the Flaming Hot Cheetos for a topping. And then applesauce, house-made applesauce with atomic fireball candy mixed in.
Yes.
So it'll have a spice and a cinnamon kind of thing.
I love all of these.
Eating family style.
Yeah. Oh man. The blue cheese comes out of there. Man, those beans are killer too.
Aren't those great?
Those are great.
So many places just start with the same beans and just put a bunch of sweet stuff in it. And we didn't want to do it that way. We wanted to do something a little different. They taste like barbecue beans at the end of the day, but they taste like our barbecue beans.
Yep, I agree. Oh, I love the kick. I'm gonna cry on my own show. This is ridiculous. I'm not doing that.
What a nice thing.
I'm telling you, that's a phenomenal dish.
This.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't it
That's
great, though?
phenomenal.
I'm so proud of that. The hominy, like I said, the hominy has a better texture than pasta. The pasta gets soft and gets mushy. The hominy will stay like that all day.
Somebody watching this right now thinks to themselves, well, I was thinking about maybe going to St. Pete. I'm not sure. I would fly down for those. St. Pete, why in the world is this really becoming a food town?
We had a big arts kind of movement. So it's funny how that works, you know? All of a sudden it becomes an interesting place because all these artsy people are here. So now everybody wants to be here that's not necessarily artsy.
Got it. And they all need to eat.
They all need to eat. And then the brewery thing has served us well, but we've had the perfect amount of them and they seem to land in a nice variety. They landed in the right spaces around town.
That's phenomenal.
And that starts out as a piece of brisket. We make that from scratch all the way.
And I'm definitely a sauce guy. I can do sauces for anything. I like dips, I like sauces, I like those flavor enhancers. There's no sauce needed here. What do you think, what should we do next?
Go for the turkey quick. We can
Yeah,
go
I love the turkey.
quick. Don't skip the brisket.
No.
And then I would finish with the
Finish
rib.
with the rib.
Okay.
The ribs, I'm putting sauce on. Should we go sweet or original? Should we go original? Yeah. Because you're an original.
That's my original sauce from 30 years ago. I really did make that original sauce. It was sitting around, brought it out for the restaurant. It wasn't quite sweet enough, but I didn't want to change it, so we added a sweet one.
Added a sweet to it? Okay.
And then we have a hot one, too.
I'm just dumping this right on the top, yeah?
Go for it.
That's the way to do it.
It's still a barbecue restaurant at the end of the day. You can get a little messy. And that's something. And again, salt and pepper is all we put on there. We don't mess around with it. It just doesn't need it. You know, we figured we'd try just salt and pepper. And if we needed to add some things, we would.
Add the rub or whatever it is.
Why would you add anything to this? We buy good quality meat, really the best we can find at every turn. Salt and pepper and oak. You know, you got all this cool stuff. I think we have a beautiful place. We got these funky sides. But at the end of the day, this is as good as anybody's serving anywhere.
Doctor, thank you for this.
My pleasure, Eric. Thanks for coming.
Barbecue, can I shake your hand?
It's not like I'm not used to getting messy.